everybody out there, this is Popular Stranger, and we are back at you again today for another MUT 18 player card review. Today we are going over Most Feared Richard Sherman, 91 overall cornerback from the Seattle Seahawks with the read and react chemistry. My apologies for the lack of card reviews. I got a lot of them done, I just haven't finished them. I know that doesn't make sense. A lot of clips recorded, just haven't been able to put them all together. But we're going to show some gameplay with this card coming up in a moment. Let's take a look at his stats. 6'3", 86 speed, 87 acceleration, 92 zone, 87 man, 91 agility, 90 press coverage, 89 play rec, and 84 catching. You see he's got a couple boosts there, getting him up to a 92 overall with the read and react, and then Seattle chemistry as well. We'll talk about that in a moment when the gameplay drops. So let's go ahead and take a look at the rest of his stats. Let me know some other cards that you guys would like to see in upcoming card reviews. I still got a bunch of Most Feared items to go over, like Demaryius Thomas, Ray Lewis, Anthony Barr, so you can expect those as well, along with Thursday Night Football, Gronk, and a couple other items. But again, let me know in the comments section what you want to see. Let's go ahead and see what this card can do on the field. So as always, we'll start by going over the pricing on this card. On the Xbox One, you can find it for about $124K, PlayStation 4 about $138K. I'm going to say it right now, I think that's extremely cheap for the cornerback that you would be getting. It's actually cheaper than his base elite. That has a lot to do with his power up card, because you can power this one up. And it might be worth it if your Richard Sherman that you have right now is already a nat. Mine is, because I completed the set. I believe that gave me a Tony Gonzalez, which I eventually sold. But if you can't do anything with this Most Feared Richard Sherman and you have him, maybe you should go ahead and just power him up. I'm kind of waiting for the base elite to get to the right price before I go ahead and do it, but I think it's going to be worth it because this card plays really, really well, and I'm sure all of the Richard Sherman cards, though he is injured and won't be playing again this season, I'm sure future cards that he gets will be just as good. So MUThead.com rates him as a 90 overall man coverage corner, 95 zone, 97 jump ball, 90 when it comes to his range, 95 hands, and 91 run support, which I gotta disagree with that one just a little bit. He's great in run support. We'll talk about that in a moment. So let's talk about his chemistries. He has the great read and react chemistry. If you can get that just to a tier 1, which isn't too hard to accomplish at this point in the game, that's going to bump him up to a 93 zone. So he already has 92 zone. He meets the threshold. He plays great zone coverage. That's why MUThead.com gives him a 95 overall zone rating. If you can get him to a Seattle player defense or whatever, Seattle player tier 1, that's going to help a lot as well. 90 play rec, 90 awareness to match with that zone coverage would be really, really nice. Now, I never really played him in man coverage, so I can't speak on how that goes. I would say I play 95% zone now at this point. He's really, really good in cloud flats. You're going to see a lot of interceptions where he just kind of jumps underneath routes that weren't even really his man or the outside receiver. And there's one right there. He's just usually great at taking those away. So I love playing him in cloud flats because he can kind of stay around the flat area. And, you know, he plays that cat and mouse game with quarterbacks and definitely makes them play. A lack of speed did not matter with this card. Usually that's the knock on all Richard Sherman cards throughout the years. Speed, to me, isn't a huge deal at cornerback and even at safety in this year's game for whatever reason. I mean, if they're super slow, you're going to notice that. But if he's, you know, a couple points off most receivers, he's going to play them well. And he does just that. He plays the deep ball very, very well. Good run stopper. They rate him a 91 overall run stopper. If you play a lot of cover 2 or if you get beat by a lot of outside runs, try a cover 2 with him and he'll usually be there. Sometimes he's going to get juked by those unstoppable spin moves from Barry Sanders and whatnot, but if you play a lot of cover 2, he stops the outside runs, and that's really where his strength is. He's just always around the ball when you throw it his way. Absolutely love the card. You can play him inside and outside. He would be a great nickel corner. I never played him there, but with his zone, with his great run stuffing ability, you can play him there as well if you got some more talented corners outside. Go get this card if you don't have it. Absolutely worth the coin, 100%. No doubt, and if you can power them up for cheap, you might as well do that as well. Thanks for watching. Peace!